During the process of integrating unions of both Local 43 and 533, it was not favored by the very same organization that had forced the integration. The American Federation of Musicians, AFM, was pressured to integrate all separate clubs under their leadership when cities such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and Pittsburgh merged. The AFM sent the letter in November of 1968 to Local 533 and 43 members. The letter explained to both locals that they were officially mandated to merge. Even though AFM ordered the mergence, the letter also stated that AFM regretted having to order integration. This shows that integration was not wanted from the same club that was promoting it, and that AFM only ordered mergence to satisfy the Civil Rights Act. Leaders of both locals were also advised to inform their members immediately to prevent conflict when both clubs were to meet to discuss rules and regulations of the newly formed club, Local 92. However, the AFM failed to suggest any strategies or ideals to take after both clubs were to merge. After reviewing the minutes of Local 43 from 1968, once again, it is clear that majority of the club members did not want to merge. Local 43 members discussed at their meeting to raise initiation fee for Local 533 members. Local 43 thought by making the black musicians pay more to join Local 92, that they would be less willing to join. After days of a negotiating agreement form, both locals came to a consensus. Many black musicians believed that Local 92 was a failure, so they maintained their own club, the Colored Musicians Club. Many of the club members were previous members of Local 533. One may ask why Local 533 members separate themselves from the newly integrated Musicians Club. Willie J. Dorsey, a former member of Local 533, expressed his thoughts on the failure of Local 92. He believed that Local 43 members had no more electoral power than Local 533 members because they were more of them. He also felt that the integrated local was cliquish and the majority of the jobs were given to the white musicians over African Americans. Dorsey pointed out key issues with Local 92. All jobs went to the white musicians, and the black musicians had no vote or employment under the integrated local. Understanding the failures of Local 92 helps us understand why the Colored Musician Club currently remains as an organization today. After the merged local, black musicians decided to take matters into their own hands. In 1979, Local 533 bought a building and created the separate club, Colored Musicians Club, which still exists today and represents jazz as well as the memories of black musical culture in Buffalo. The club symbolizes jazz because majority of the musicians of Local 533 specialize in playing that genre. Many memories were established in the black community about the club because it also fundraised and gave back to their neighborhood. The club was a highlight for many Afro Americans in Buffalo because of its rich history and continual support to the community. Jazz became a symbol of black culture. It displayed love, unity, and identity all in one. Many famous jazz musicians of the 1940s played in the Colored Musicians Club, and it gave local people pride in their city. The club was a place that blacks can call their own, and even after the merge, the building was still owned by black musicians. The fact that Local 533 did not sell their location with the locals combined made it possible for the black musicians to have a separate place from the white musicians and maintain their own organization's identity again. Essentially, what we can learn through Local 533's history is that forced integration is not as effective as intended. The mindset of people must change in order for integration to work. People must be willing to accept one another's differences and ensure everyone's voice is being heard. As you think about the civil rights movement, many people fought so that their voices may be heard, that their concerns, issues, and challenges will be understood. It is important for us as a people to listen the next time we disagree with someone and try to understand their point of view.